Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, I've got a stack of cards here to look at today's top story. Okay, I've not used that title in a while. This will be interesting. Let's start with the Tarot Grand Lux. We shall pull 4 cards. We'll have a look at the pictures. And see what today's top story is. Okay. The World card. The 7 of Cups. The Star. One more, please. The Page of Wands. Okay. We'll look at the underlying energy. I feel this is the base of the story. And then it will tell its own tale. Okay, that's good. 10 of Cups. Okay, let's have a look at this then. The 10 of Cups. A couple relaxes in the warm glow of the fireplace, along with their snoozing cat. This card emanates contentment, security, family bonds, peace and harmony. This scene is not just a house where they live, this is home, where all are welcome. Interesting. I've just shared, well, not just, earlier on, I came across this YouTube clip regarding loneliness, and I shared it on the community tab and on the Facebook Training Academy page. Worth a listen. Okay, it speaks about home. So the last card in the tarot is what kind of came out when I was holding this card up to you. It's like a cycle's been completed. It feels here that the energy of you're nearly home. It's all kind of lined up for you. It's all in sight. The Star energy here, although she's not actually looking at this, she's looking down. And then we have the Page of Wands. Okay. Who's got himself a baton? So let's have a look at the World card. The World card signifies the integration of elements, the coming together of 2 parts to form a whole. Listen to the video I suggested. Okay. This card shows a galactic nebula. The stars coalesce to form the traditional depicted shape of the yoni, which along with a golden earthly sphere serendipitously depicts an eye when the card is viewed on its side. The 4 evangelist figures, lion, bull, cherub and eagle, depicted in each corner correspond to the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac: Leo, Taurus, Aquarius and Scorpio. Okay. 7 of Cups. I didn't attempt to reproduce the various items depicted in each cup of the Rider-Waite imagery of this card. Here, the assortment, that assortment of dreamlike contents are Here, that assortment of dreamlike contents are represented simply as coloured glows, the combination of which forms the rainbow that illuminates the one main image. The quintessential fantasy dream castle in the clouds. Okay, well, let's have a look at the star energy. After the destruction of the preceding Tower card, the star offers hope and the proverbial light at the end of the tunnel. In creating this card, I reproduced the concept, the figure and the scene shown on the traditional Marcellus and Rider-Waite decks. Here, the figure kneels in the water and we see her self-reflection. I have included a single star to represent inspiration. Since heavenly bodies shift in the sky over time, I felt it was unnecessary to include the 7 additional stars often shown in tarot symbolism. I picked up when I said the star and it was like, no, star. What's going on with this Page of Wands? Because he's the only kind of energy, he brings passion with him. I felt it with like the red in the card. Okay, let's have a look at this energy here. I've got the shivers. The Page of Wands. Oh my goodness, I can see images. I can see things flying around over there. The charming young Page of Wands, with his pet dragons, exudes confidence and a sense of excitement and adventure. His red feather conveys good luck. He is a seeker who is eager to try new things and who dares to take risks. Okay. The red's taking me to the Lover's Oracle, which I was drawn to select. Feels the energy of it's time to make your selection. After you've done some self-reflection. The 7 of Cups is normally about having to make a choice to choose one of the cups. It's like they're all glowing and they're all leading that way to the one main picture. Which is that. Okay. Let's see what card wants to come out of the Lover's Oracle. Let me shuffle them first, please. That's a nice cup of coffee. Anyway, let's get back to these cards. Okay, there's the image. It says, wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to talk its course. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Okay, interesting. Well, the page wouldn't really rush in as much as what the knight would. Okay. Look at the bottom. And we can look at the bottom. Embrace. Through each other you find the missing pieces. So there's a... it's all to do with self-reflection. Okay. embrace through each other you find the missing pieces. I'm not to add any more to that. Let's have a look at what the affirmator is for this reading. So there's this energy of wanting to, but just it's biding your time. Okay. There might be more to think about. Manifestation. If you could have anything you wanted, what would it be? Okay, so this is why really you're being told to wait. There's a lot that you can manifest here, and I think it's all about what frame of mind you're in. So if you could have anything you wanted, what would it be? Get specific and get greedy. He wants it all. You are holding a magic wand. Could it be that when you declare your wishes out loud, you're actually casting a spell for your dreams to come true? Or is it just that, in a very practical sense, the more people you speak with about your desires, the more folks there are who know what you want and might have the means to help you make them happen? Either way, stop waiting and start manifesting, but don't use that word if you don't want to. So I feel this masculine here, he's on the verge of something. There's an end of a cycle here, I feel, for the divine feminine and for this masculine. What was I trying to say? He needs to be certain that he wants to do it, but don't use that word if you don't want to. So he's only going to do what he wants to. He's waiting for this. The page here is, I would say, a collector of information. Okay. But seeing as we're talking about passion, I feel this masculine's he's visualising, because this is about dreams coming true, what he's actually wanting. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, divine timing, waiting for that. It's an urge of inspiration. It's confidence. That's what he's been building. And because it's the energy of the page is someone who either delivers a message. He kind of does preparation and work before the night sets in. Everything is timing. And timing is everything. Gladly, I release my concern over timing and let things happen when and as they will. I trust that the divine schedule makers know what they're doing. It can take a long time to reach divine middle management. It's okay. There has to be no force behind it or no control. That's what it is. It's about not having the need to control situations. Okay, and just allowing them to unfold. Well, let's have a look at the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards. Curious to see what story wants to come out. Let's have a look at the message. Perseverance. It's very close, this energy. It's like so close you can almost touch it, taste it. I think you probably can taste it, smell it, feel it. You're just wanting to touch it. It's so nearly there. There's just some work to be done. We'll find out what it is. Okay. That's what I feel. It's about being in the right mindset. Let's have a look at perseverance. I don't know why I'm singing the alphabet over in my mind. E, F, G, Hijklmnob. Carrot coloured cloak. Don't quit before the miracle. Who's thinking about quitting? You're the miracle. The star. It's just star, isn't it? Don't quit. Right before the miracle. Don't quit before the miracle. Okay. Oh my goodness. So it's kind of the energy, don't quit before the miracle. It's like being so close to like the finish line and then just drop it in. You're like, oh no. It's like there's a veil there, but it's not really a veil anymore. It's kind of all being orchestrated. So the legend. Shannon's carrot-coloured cloak is a gift from a famous stage actress, and she wears it always as a symbol of her own talent. One day, frustrated by the sacrifices she has made in her long pursuit of success, Shannon throws off the cloak and gives up her acting career. The great goddess tries to convince Shannon to put the cloak back on and stay the course, but she doesn't listen. Just around the corner, had she persevered, was great success. The inspiration. When we do our chosen work, we are serving the highest order. If we stop, we upset the universal balance. What you work toward will materialise. You may not see it, but it lies ahead. Personal inquiry. Can I ignore the feelings that would sidetrack me? Will I let go of fear and persevere? Key ideas, breaking through, unseen help at work, feeling taken for granted, overcoming doubts. Keyword, steadfast, success and miracles. Okay, here's the meditation. Imagine yourself walking along a path, wrapped in a cloak. You reach a glass wall. Through the glass, you can see your goals. Step forward and pass through the wall. Your cloak falls to the ground. Stay with your past. Let it go. You do not need it anymore. Stay with your past. It doesn't say that. It's all important, these little hiccups. Okay. Imagine yourself walking along a path, wrapped in a cloak. You reach a glass wall. Through the glass, you can see your goals. Step forward and pass through the wall. Your cloak falls to the ground, staying with your past. Let it go. Do not need it anymore. And do not want it either. Okay. Oh my goodness, I feel like my nose is running. That's interesting. Okay. A little wipe here. Because a little wipe. Otherwise I'll have to get up and get some tissue. It's a wet wipe though. It's like, okay. I have a poorly daughter at home. Okay. Do you think I'm feeling her energy? Oh, I've picked up the energy cards as well. Got a sniffly nose. I didn't have. If it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me. Sharing is caring and all that. Share the sniffles. Angel of Balance in reverse. Okay, there is another card that spoke about balance in the Perseverance card. I can't remember what it said, but I do remember knowing that it was an important statement. So let's have a look about this this Angel of Balance here being in reverse. Where was it? It was... When we do our chosen work, we are serving the highest good. If we stop, we upset the universal balance. Okay, let's have a look at this then. Angel of Balance in reverse. 48. In this position, let me show you the card. I'll show you it upright. There you go. But it's in this position. In this position, the Angel of Balance comes with a loving warning that something may be seriously out of proportion in your life. It could be an important emotional component, such as the lack of self-acceptance or self-care. Remember, however, that when you put yourself last, the universe will do likewise. Receiving this card reversed can oftentimes be a warning of lost energy, calling you to relax more, sleep more, or even just drink more water. Investigate how you may be out of balance in your time and energy regarding the externals and internals in your life. The adjacent cards in your spread could indicate the particulars. Well, there is a card underneath. Perhaps you've been working too much or been too obsessed with relationships or money. This loving angel can help bring you the courage and wisdom you need to break such toxic patterns. Meditate on the angel's presence and visualize her pouring a beautiful liquid light through all your chakras, balancing them and bringing you peace. Remember that you always have power to bring things back into peaceful balance. The affirmation, I live a balanced and centered life. As I care for myself, the universe cares for me also. Really good guidance there, guys. Okay. And the card underneath, even though this is in reverse, so let's keep it that way, is Yin Yang in reverse. 22. Let's find out what's going on. Because I think the upright might describe one side and the reverse meaning is the other side. So we are talking really about the yin yang here, coming together, feeling at home together. Okay, after feeling lost. Card number 22 in reverse. Okay, interesting that it kind of separates it here. So passive, active, intuitive and logical. This card reverse reveals a yang cycle, which is the masculine's energy. Which is one of active, outgoing energy. This time calls for a more logical approach to things, but the logic needs to be applied to purposeful action. This cycle is often marked by creativity and new beginnings, sometimes with significant outer change. Let yourself apply more forceful energy to the task at hand and take advantage of this highly charged yang time. The affirmation, I am open to understanding the cycle I am in, and I am willing to utilise its energy beneficially. All that I need is already part of me. This is a good reading here. A very good reading. What other cards do we have? Well, I think I'll just leave with a message from the Mother Mary. And that will do it. Okay. So this charged up masculine energy we've been picking up on over the last few days. Well, yesterday's reading I picked up on it. Our Lady with the moon at her feet. Okay. Who's the lady with the moon at her feet in the tarot? The High Priestess. She's drawn the moon down. It's at the bottom of her kind of cloak when she's sitting on the throne. That's what it took me to. Our Lady with the moon at her feet. Card number 36. The High Priestess. then like I had to go through like so many different, felt like I was completing chapters. Anyway, let's read this message. I have heard your heart prayers. I have heard you calling to me silently in suffering, wanting to let go and grow, and finding that despite all your effort, still you must endure. It is as if you are sinking when you want to rise, falling when you want to fly. I come to you now with the moon at my feet and ask you to put your trust in me. I will help you outgrow that which no longer serves, so that what you struggle to attain now through effort, in time will come naturally to you. Have faith. What you want is possible, and I will help you get there. The power of habitual consciousness is mighty indeed, even if we know we want to change, and even if we have taken practical steps to change. The challenge of sustaining ourselves in a new way, without falling back into old emotional or psychological patterns, can be extremely difficult. This is especially so if what you are seeking to change has been part of your core wounding this lifetime, becoming a habit that seems impossible to break, no matter how much you may want to do so. There is a force of gravity that works upon us in this world, not only physically but emotionally and psychologically as well. It is why, despite tremendous desire and effort, change can be difficult most times, and sometimes even seem impossible at other times. To be able to grow in life requires that we be able to intelligently respond to the challenges that are a natural part of being human. Sometimes those challenges will be self-created, and we will want to let them go. These might include coping mechanisms that aren't really helpful for us, such as addictions or shutting people out and withdrawing into a solitude of suffering, or disassociating through compulsive behaviours that undermine our self-esteem and emotional or even financial well-being. Sometimes the changes will be circumstances imposed upon us by time or by others, and we cannot control that situation and need to find a way not only to bear it, but perhaps even, if we are feeling bold, to transform it from something negative or frustrating into an opportunity to do things differently and feel more freedom. What is needed for transformation, for healthy growth, is strength, patience, and an ability to respond intelligently to life's challenges, with a view of making them work for your own personal growth. However, sometimes all of this is just not enough. Sometimes we move this way and that, we wait, we apply ourselves, we take practical steps, and still, despite our best intentions, we may feel others sliding backwards into old habits, old patterns of thinking or being, old emotional patterns. We might not even see them as patterns. We might just, doesn't say that, it says we might instead just think that is the way life is, and there is nothing we can do about it, but this is not true at all. And we need to take a breath, we need to take a breather. Okay, time out. Oh my goodness, I can hardly breathe through that. Let's bring ourselves back to centre. In such instances, what is needed is the loving intervention and assistance of a being that is more powerful than the gravity that we are unable to counter through our efforts alone. There is no shame in this. In fact, there is wisdom in recognising when help is needed and in accepting it. Like a growing plant that needs a trellis until it has stabilised itself, so too do we humans need divine support at times along our path as we are mastering new levels of consciousness, new habits, new ways of being. If it was easy, everybody would be living exactly as they wanted to be living without any struggle, and clearly this is not happening in the world as often as we may wish. The Divine Mother will help us move through our struggles if only we allow her to do so. Her being, her love, is more powerful than our greatest forces of habitual consciousness and behaviour. The miracles of her healing can transform even the most stubborn pessimist into an active optimist. Our Lady with the Moon at her feet comes to us when we are attempting to outgrow, through inspiration, hope, love, bold, spiritual daring, or big dreams, that which seems to be holding us back or impossible to change. She tells us that through her intervention, we can find the support that we need as we face the challenges of growth, and she will lend us her power to be able to reach for that star, which without her would perhaps be somewhat beyond our reach, for now at least. She also tells us that if we are feeling boxed in or diverted from our higher purpose in life, she will help us. She asks us to pray to her and to know that what is now is not what must always be. Transformation and healing is possible, but you must trust her. You must place more faith in her than in what appears to be an insolvable or reoccurring difficulty. This oracle is a wild card in the deck in that it empowers and strengthens any other message that you receive. If you receive this card on its own, it is enough, but if you choose another card as well, this card asks you to pay extra special attention to the guidance in the other card you choose. I feel drawn to choose a card now, don't I? The following healing process will help you connect with Our Lady and receive her beneficial help. Sense or perceive that it is darkest night all around you. Quiet, open space extends around in all directions. You become aware of a magnificent holy woman, lit up like a star in the night sky. She stands with bare feet upon a crescent moon. You notice the moon under her feet. Perhaps you cannot help but look at it. It has a strange glow and is fascinating, mysterious. You then become aware of the feet of the holy woman. As you gaze at her feet, the dark night and the moon fade away, and you are aware of her feet glowing radiantly. A white sun burns in each foot. The light and warmth of those suns shines on you. Imagine you can feel or intend to receive the light and warmth of those suns on your face, your body, all the way into your heart. And when you are ready, complete your process with the following healing affirmation, said aloud if possible, with feeling from the heart. Holy Mother Mary, Our Lady with the moon at her feet, protect me with your heavenly grace. Where I would stumble, your love uplifts me. Where I would fail to see, your love opens the eye in my heart and gives me vision. Where I might fail, you ensure success. Together I, and all beings, succeed in healing growth. I open and surrender into your tender blessing and merciful grace that I will fulfill my divine destiny. Let's pull another card then. Pay extra special attention to the guidance. Our Lady of Nourishment, card number 34. Do you hunger, my child, for love, for security, for knowing that all will be well? Do you hunger for food, for possessions, for relationships, for opportunities to be free in the world and make your mark? Do you hunger, my child, for feelings of tenderness, appreciation and acknowledgement? Let me fulfill that hunger now, through the divine presence and the bounty that it brings. Let me fulfill that hunger, that you may know fullness, not only fed by the spiritual world, but nourished through delight in your precious life in this physical world through which you are approaching your spiritual enlightenment. In the physical world, hunger can be painful. It can be the very real physical suffering of impoverished bodies. Hunger can also exist as a subtle but just as real, and at another level just as painful, spiritual poverty. Spiritual poverty. Should I just repeat that? In the physical world, hunger can be painful. It can be the very real physical suffering of impoverished bodies. Hunger can also exist as a subtle, but just as real, and at another level, just as painful, spiritual poverty that threatens the continuing existence of the human soul. The human soul is most precious. It is what allows for wild animal and sublime spirit to unite, for flesh to become sacred, and for spirit to become tangible, that it may live in the world as love. It is so extraordinary that any explanations of it in words are limited at best. To put it mildly, the human soul is worth fighting for. It is the part of us that feels, that has compassion, creativity, and connection to the living reality of the body and the natural world. It just knows when something is genuinely true and therefore coming from love, or false and therefore not coming from love. It isn't interested in wrong and right, in judgment, and one belief system over another. The human soul wants to thrive. The only world it knows to be true is love. Comes in well with the perseverance card. Without the human soul, this whole divine experiment of Earth School cannot come to its fruition of a radiant world of illumined beings contributing tremendous waves of love to our universe. We have so much power available to us as a species. You only have to feel the energy at a football match to understand that group power is considerable. However, if the soul is not present, that power is unable to be directed into constructive channels to improve our world. Imagine all the potent emotional intensity that is poured into a championship sports event being instead sent with intention that a political issue be resolved, for example, or an environmental issue be supported financially. One person has tremendous power to create difference in the world. Imagine how much power and energy could be generated for the greater good by a group of conscious people with great passion. Working together with conscious intent would make human beings very potent spiritual change agents, and the world would be transformed quickly. You need to pay extra special attention to this message. So one person has tremendous power to create difference in the world. Imagine how much power and energy could be generated for the greater good by a group of conscious people with great passion. Working together with conscious intent would make human beings very potent spiritual change agents, and the world will be transformed quickly. And of course, then there is the human soul that you have, beloved. Apart from the power of contributing through a group, you have a very important role as an individual being. You, my beloved, understand something of the spiritual truths that are still hidden from the masses, who are fearful and cannot understand as yet. You are one of the children of the Divine Mother, one of those who walks the path of the living Christ, to assist with raising consciousness on this planet and bringing the spirit into the body so that a human soul can be born. No matter what hungers you may have for status or wealth or pleasure or contentment or service or passion or freedom or more, at the core of any hunger is the hunger for soul. It might be masquerading at times as a hunger for power, relationship, money, or chocolate. Yet underneath all of that, there lies a hunger. Yet underneath all of that, there lies the hunger for life. And life is only directly experienced through the human soul. The mind alone cannot do it. There is no feeling function there. The body alone cannot do it. There is no self-awareness there. It is the mind and body together, through the soul, which creates the capacity to experience and be transformed and nourished through that experience. Without this, it is like being at the most amazing buffet, so very hungry that you are ravenous, but having no mouth with which to eat. Surely one definition of hell. Our Lady of Nourishment comes to you with this message. Your hungers will be met. Allow her to show you what you are truly hungering for. Yes, there may be moments of desire for a car or a pair of shoes, but if you allow her, she will lead you far deeper into what you are truly hungering after, so that your hunger can actually be fed. After all, if you are hungry for light, darkness will never satiate your hunger, no matter how much of it you try to consume. She asks that you turn to her with your desires and ask for her help. She will not judge you or condemn you. She will help you. Sometimes she may show you that what you think you want is actually not what you need or want in truth. She will do so with mercy if you ask her to. The healing process for this oracle will help you. Finally, if you are not sure how this relates to you, then know this. Within you, even if it is not conscious as yet, there is a great hunger and yearning that is soon to emerge. This is an expression of a spiritual call of your own soul to life, a desire to live somewhat fuller, more fearlessly, and with greater understanding than before. It might manifest in a practical sense, or as a desire to travel, or to communicate with people who are open-minded and willing to listen to you, and who want to speak about all sorts of topics. It might manifest as a desire to break out of the mould of your life and bust through stereotypes. Pray to Our Lady to help you feed your hunger in the most conscious, constructive, and healing way possible. She wants to help you now, and only she can truly feed the world. Let's end with this healing process and affirmation. You are in a softly lit room with a baby feeding. Let's go back. You are in a softly lit room with a baby being fed by its mother. Feel the peace and quiet in the room, the contentment. The mother softly coos to the baby, perhaps singing a gentle lullaby. The child is in simple bliss, fed and happy and comfortable. Be with the feeling of this. It may be lovely, or it may be confronting if this was not the reality for you. You may find it foreign and strange, or easy to imagine. Whatever you feel is fine. Just notice it. Say the following prayer. I call upon Mother Mary, Our Lady of Nourishment, who loves me unconditionally. You, who know my deepest hungers and desires, please help me be truly nourished, Mother. I ask for your support, intervention and assistance that my soul may be fed, that it may thrive, bringing passion, light and presence to this world, igniting the souls of others too. May your will be done. Place your hands on your heart and imagine the love of the Divine Mother gently flowing, like mother's milk, in through your hands and pouring into your heart. Stay there for as long as feels good, nourishing or appropriate for you. You may like to close your eyes and relax for several moments like this. When you are ready, simply say this affirmation to close your healing practice. Our Lady of Nourishment true, feeds my soul with all that is real. I grow strong in my light and my presence, becoming a lover and a holy child of this world. Amen to that. I will catch up with you soon. That was very soul touching. Very beautiful reading. Okay guys, take care. Much love. Bye for now.